What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
Double board PLO bomb pots because in many Hold'em rooms on dealer changes, they play a double board PLO bomb pot. And these are very profitable because no one knows how to play them. Larry, tell us the rules.
Um, so it uses conventional pot limit Omaha rules, which means essentially from your hand, which is 4 cards, you can use two in order to create the best hand possible from the board. So it allows for a much more lively game. Again, to reiterate, the main fundamental rule is that you take 2 cards from your hand, only two, not one, like a no limit hold'em, only two, and you use those 2 cards to create the best hand you can from the board that you were given.
Rodney, when he says you have to use two, like see how it says table cards and then board one down there?
Yeah.
You can't make a flush on that board
Right.
because you don't have two spades. Like even if it,
Yeah.
it comes the
Ace of
best
spades on
hand,
the turn. Ace of spades, and you look at that and you go, I have the king of spades. That would be the
the
nut flush.
nuts.
No, it isn't.
Nope.
So let me ask this. Do you have to play both boards?
Nope.
No, that's what makes the game so complicated is that you have a lot of like trying to figure out how you want to play because you're only playing one, sometimes you're playing both.
The game is a split pot game. So
But you
winner of
use
one.
only you use 2 cards and you either play both boards with the same 2 cards.
No, no.
Your two cards can play the same both boards
Right. But
if
they
they
don't
want.
have
If
to.
it doesn't have to. It's any two combinations. Like you could be playing king. So if the board was like on table one, if it was seven on board one, if it was 7-7 king, you could have a boat there, and then on board two, it comes what would
Four,
be
six,
a
eight.
combo
4, 6, 8.
4-6-8. Yeah, you'd have a straight with 5-7 there.
Okay.
Yeah. You can play any two of your cards on either board. You are always playing both boards, although, you could have absolutely nothing on one board and losing it. And it is always a split pot game, meaning the best hand on board one gets half the pot, the best hand on board two gets half the pot. And sometimes those best hands are the same, and you split the pot with someone else and you get quartered. You'll see that coming up later. Um,
Okay.
so you are playing two games at the same time, and half the pot is on each. That's why almost all draws are not worth pursuing. Because if you've got, let's say, let's look at, you've got 9, 10 on board two. So you've got a straight draw. So you've got 8 outs, right? And you've got absolutely nothing going on board one. Your hand doesn't relate to board one. Well, it would because you have a gut shot on there, so that was a bad example. You have four. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. We'll change board one so that you don't also have a straight draw on board one. When you think that you have 8 outs, you have 8 outs to half the pot. So when you go, oh, I need 20% equity, it's like, no, and the pot odds are 18%. It's worth it. It's like, no, your pot
Ooh,
odds
way
are
more.
9% because you're giving away half the money to the board you can't win. And we'll see how that comes up. Does that all make sense as just a preliminary introduction to it, Rodney?
Yeah, I believe so. And maybe the next hand
Yeah,
will
yeah,
explain like
yeah,
the sequence of events because
exactly.
it
Yep.
looks like to me like
Yeah, exactly. Nobody expects you to have understood everything we said, but to get started with it. All right, here we go. Up next on this nonsense is Larry.
All right.
So the
Excuse
first thing we
me.
said, I'll give you the board. So the first thing we said on this one was, so if you looked at this like a Hold'em hand, 7, 6, 3 of spades, and you've got pocket kings with the king of spades, you'd go, hey, that's good. I want to continue. No, you don't. Because
You
in PLO, you everybody has a combination of 6 Hold'em hands. King, king, king five, king seven, king five, king seven, with the clubs, 5, 7, like that. So you've got 6 of them going on. And it's a bomb pot, so there are 7 people in. So it's as if you were playing vaguely against 42 opponents in
man.
Hold'em. Not really, because the other cards interrelate, but just to get a picture in your mind. If you had 42 opponents, would you expect King King to win on this board ever in Hold'em? No, someone's got a straight already. Someone's got a set already.
Flush.
Right.
Like a
Plus,
straight
if the
flush.
ace of plus in PLO, if the ace of spades comes, we don't have a flush. So we've got jack shit on this board if anybody bets at it. Same thing on this board. This board doesn't have any locked up equity, so we're not against a straight or a flush yet. But somebody's got two pair out there. Somebody's got a set. Our king
Like
is
you,
dog shit.
like even if you have pocket sevens on board one and you have nothing going on board two, you are not trying. You're trying to get to the turn as cheaply as possible.
You're scared.
Like you don't want to be like you're already if it goes pot, repot, jam, you're out of there. You get
Right.
the hell out. Like
Right. Because even
even
though
if it goes pot, repot, you're out.
because even though you are, what is it, 40% to boat up with two cards to come?
Yes, oftentimes.
40%?
It's
The
a
money
good,
you're putting,
yeah.
yeah, the money you're putting in when you have nothing on board two, you only win half of that pot. So, you think of what your 40% equity does and you equate it to actually 20% because of the pot, you're only getting half. That's sort of a quick way to think about it. So we fold this because pocket kings ain't shit on this board.
Hey, Scotty, real quick.
Yeah.
Uh, so the ace of spade comes on turn
On
on
board one.
board one,
Yep.
and we use king of spades, five of clubs as our two. Why is that not a flush?
Because you're playing five. Your five cards wouldn't include the five.
Because
You don't want
because how do you
flush.
get four cards on their board? How do you get all four of their cards? We play king of spades, five of clubs. What three cards do you play on the board?
You have. I was about to say you have seven, six, ace of spades, and then you have king, five of clubs, king
Oh,
of spades.
okay. Now I got
Right.
it.
So you have a four
Understood.
card flush. Yeah.
Right.
Understood.
Exactly. Because you're playing exactly two from your hand and exactly three from the board to
Yep.
make a five card hand. All right, good.
Okay.
All right,
Yep.
excellent. Up next. Here we go. Another pocket kings. Larry.
All right, what's your position?
Let me see if we have that. The order on this one. We are late position, and the action to us went check, 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 check. And it's us. I don't know if we're in a blind or anything, but there's four checks to us before we come up.
Okay.
And I didn't write down the number of players. There's one person sitting out each time. Sophie is not playing the double board PLO bomb pots.
Why
Well-
are there five cards on this board?
Say what?
Well,
Why
it
are
went
there
all the
five
way to
cards now on the
showdown.
board too?
Oh, we start with a flop, then the turn comes, then the river comes. That's why. So
So
start with the flop. Let's look at your first flop.
you don't, so yeah, so you don't really have, if you're acting last,
Mhm.
and how many people at the table?
We've got, let's say, there's probably 6 or 7 in this.
This might be worth pot to try to push and steal.
Mhm.
If you're on button.
Mhm.
But if you're not on button and checks to you, I think that this is a check.
What about small blind and big blind?
Well, small blind and big blind in
They acted.
pot limit Omaha are the first.
Oh, you're
to
right.
act.
You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Of course they did. They were the first to act. Right.
So
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're
we're in late
if you're on
position.
button, this is maybe a push to attempt to steal and
Okay.
pot it.
Okay. I did.
Otherwise, it's a check because you have nothing going on really on board two.
Right.
Well, my question is, do we think that we're getting like in this spot? I kind of was agreeing with check, and then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, when it checks to you all the way around, how many of them are like bad players in these games are not checking Queen Jack here on board one? So you
Right.
likely have the best hand on board one.
Right.
So you're okay with pushing out equity on board two and board
Yep.
one.
Yeah, you could attempt to steal in late position.
Yep. And that's what I
If
did.
I was first to act, I'm absolutely never betting here. But yeah.
No, I mean position is very important in this game.
The other thing I
Um,
don't like is that you have a 10. That's not great either. You
Uh,
have some of your
I
boat
block
outs.
one of my full house outs.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Right.
if you had a 10 and an ace, I would never bet here. Like if you had ace 10, king, king, like hell no, never betting. But
It's just it's not turning into a full house. It's not filling up for you.
Yeah.
It's a potential steal in
Yeah.
late position, six-handed.
Yeah.
Where you would pot. Is that what you did?
Yep. I potted it. And I potted it for the reasons that you said, Larry, because I was late enough. I don't know what I would have done if I was super early. I don't know that I would have done. And the fact that on board one, we're beaten by Jack Queen, which we think is active, and Ace Ace. And Ace Ace is unlikely because board two is showing the other ace.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's nice.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think that's even worse to bet then.
So
You're
that means
better
it's one of my it's one of my boat outs is gone, but I'm not up against a set of aces.
Yeah, I guess it's in between because you can say I'm unlikely to be against aces here
Right.
because they didn't bet. I'm unlikely to be against Queen Jack, but I'm holding a
They have.
10. So it's on my
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
kind of I guess
Yeah.
you could do either. Either
So
one's fine, I guess.
I potted it, and I have nothing on board two. But I do have I have nothing on board two, nothing at all. So I would love to get everyone to fold. That would be great. So I pot it. All right.
Yeah, but Scotty, if you pot it and someone like repots it on you, you what are you going to do with your set of kings? You know, you going to throw that away?
I might have to fold it. Because
Yeah.
if he because in this case he's check raising it. So his check raises have to be, let's look at this. Queen Jack or Ace Ace, right? Those are the hands that love to check raise. What else is check raising on board one? If he's only got one board, it's Queen Jack or Ace Ace, right?
Most
I feel like
likely
they don't
hand
really
would be
check
It's
all
Queen
fours.
Jack. It's Queen Jack. He's got Queen
Right.
Jack. Yeah.
Right. Now, on board two, what is check raising board two? Ace Ace. So in either case, I'm fucked and I have to fold.
Well, pocket nines maybe, but if he sees that there's two aces out and he thinks, well, there can't be a set of aces.
I'm gonna say,
Like,
Scotty, we have
That's
to
what-
consider how poorly people play this
Right.
game.
Yeah.
That they are going to pile in money with hands that should not be piling in money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
this
it's
game
pretty
can be
scary.
very profitable.
Yeah. So if I get check raise jammed on, I'm shitting myself. It's terrible. But I didn't. What I got was fold, call. One caller, late position. He doesn't have Queen Jack or Ace Ace because he was the last guy to act. Right? And he can't trust that I'm betting it. Do
Yeah,
we all agree with that, Reed?
yeah.
With-
He's
with-
probably not nutted.
With
Probably-
the usual poker asterisk.
Yeah, he's probably not nutted.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Turn is a king. Fabulous.
Yeah.
And a five of diamonds. Who the fuck cares?
So, does he check to you?
So he checks to me.
So there's nothing here around trying to get him to stay in.
Nope.
Our motivation now is to scoop by,
Right.
just getting him to fold, generating fold. So you just pot. I don't know what your SPR is, but you just pot and pot.
Exactly. We want an ace to fold. We desperately want an ace to fold so we don't split the pot.
Yeah, you want ace to fold. You want
Right.
a set of nines to fold.
It's going to be hard to get a set of nines to fold, but that's what we want. Now, Rodney, do you see here why we are pushing so, even though we have the uber nuts on board one, do you see why we want to get the other guy to fold so badly?
Yeah, so you can get both pots.
Exactly. It's worth half the money. So I intend to bet. So the pot is 360 and I intend to bet 360, but I misgrab and I bet 330. So I leave $30 behind. I check.
don't
he
you
checks.
just say pot?
You can.
Yeah.
You can. This is what I did.
Okay.
I bet 330.
I would just say pot.
Yep.
And then
Yep, pot. And the dealer in this game will calculate that for you. They will do it for you. I also overtip in double board PLO bomb pots because the dealer is doing so much work.
It take like 20 minutes. It's
They take
ridiculous.
20, yeah, it takes forever. and also because when you win the pot, you win a huge pot.
Oh yeah.
So I tipped $5 when I scooped. Now, some people might think that's not huge, but I tip $1 a hand. It's 5 times what I'm normally tipping. All right. The river, all I have in my notes is blank. I put on 4 of spades, jack of diamonds.
So does he call comfortably or does he call uncomfortably on turn?
how is that a blank?
I don't have a note.
Sorry.
Oh, it's a blank for me because I don't
All
can't.
right.
You know, he's either going to call board 2 or he's not. I'm still potting it. Right. So
Okay.
it's a blank for me. I didn't write down what they were. And I just randomly made up a card when I put the board in. So what do you want to do, Larry? Yeah, and let's do it with the jack of diamonds, the actual jack of diamonds. So the backdoor flush comes in on the bottom board. What would you like to do?
We're gonna just pot again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when we chop here, because the guy gets his flush, or he's stubborn with his nines or his ace or whatever, or he has 6-8, it doesn't matter. He gets half the pot, we get our money back. Doesn't matter how big our bet is. We can't lose board one. So we cannot lose on this bet. We just desperately want him to fold. So we bet, 1,000 plus, and he tank folds.
Nice.
And that's nice. We like the
I
tank.
mean, that's really the ideal, is that you want them to call turn, fold river.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I could have made $30 more, assuming that he was going to call 360 and not 330. And we assume he is. No one's folding for 360 that calls 330. So that was a mistake. Here we go. Next one. Ace Jack 6-2. Oh, this is such a great hand. All right, this one goes to, after Larry, I think this goes to Rodney. Oh, Rodney. This is such a good hand. Congratulations, Rodney. All right, here we go. You see your hand? Ace, Jack, Deuce, 6 with the Jack suited in spades.
Ugh.
Okay? You see your hand?
Yeah, so on board one, it looks like our best hand would be a flush, right? So
If it comes.
no, we
If it
don't have
comes.
to. Oh, yeah, we do. We do have.
If it comes. Yep. And it's a Jack high flush. We don't love that, but if it comes, it's fine. And on board 2, what did we flop?
Oh, we have to. Okay, yeah. So we're looking at it like the flop first. Okay,
Yep,
so
flop. On the flop.
yeah, so we have the straight.
Yeah. All right. Here's the action to us. We are probably on the button or cutoff somewhere around there. There's probably 6 players in. And it goes check, check, check to us. What would you like to do?
You play one board at a time.
No, you make a bet. Both boards are out. This is my bet. And it's the bet into the whole pot.
Okay, so there's not a separate pot for each
Nope.
board.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. You don't say what board you're betting. You just
you just-
say how much money.
oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm going to put money in. I mean,
Damn right you're putting money in.
So, are there blinds in this as well? I mean, is there?
Everyone has put in $30. It was a bomb pot. So there's $30 times 6 minus 7 times 6 because they took out the time. So there's $138 in there or something like that.
Okay, then I would say that we would then bet, put in maybe $60.
Okay. So let's talk about that size.
And
So,
I'm just purely guessing just based off of the.
Yep. Yeah. So, Larry, do you want to talk about push pull or do you want me to talk about it? Why don't you talk about push pull, Larry?
Okay. So there's two basic concepts in PLO double board bomb pots. The great majority of the time you're playing a push game when you want to be involved in the pot, which means you want to generate folds from everyone else and scoop the pot. That is the bread and butter, is that you've got a good enough hand on one side that you want to generate folds from everyone and steal the pot. The other concept is pull, which is much more rare, in which you have a nut or near nut hand on both boards with your 4 cards, and you want to keep people in. You want to slow play, essentially, so that you can maximize your profit by winning both boards a high frequency of the time.
Yep.
But push is the much more common.
And another time that you would pull is when you've got one board locked up, you've got nothing on the other board, and enough other people are in and playing.
That's
so
true.
The more people in, so if there's only 2 people in, you want to push the other guy out and scoop. if 5 people are in and you're going to win only one board, the more money that goes in the pot total is to your advantage. So the more people there is to your advantage.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do we think that this, like, how much, when we think that people play this game so poorly and they just call so much and overvalue hands so much, do we think that we still want to be playing such a push heavy strategy?
If we can get them, if we've got nothing on one board and we can get them to fold, that's half the pot. So yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We
Okay.
do because
right,
we got nuts on one side. We do.
right.
And also
Okay.
on here, when we flop like this on board 2, we just really want to push out really bad flush draws. So like if you've got like a 7 or 8 high flush draw, like you got 6 diamonds, something else, you really want to get them to fold.
Right. Someone's got
And
flush
then
out there.
if we
Somebody's got a
had,
bad flush draw.
if we were on board, if we were playing this hand, say we have nothing going on board 1, like say it's
Mhm.
different, whatever it is, how much would you want to be piling in here?
It depends a lot on your position.
Like if I was in late position, I would want to, but from early position, I'd be checking hole. I'd ace jack here from EP. I'm probably checking it.
Right.
It also depends a lot on your SPR, right? I mean, a push strategy can obviously go wrong. For instance, if we attempt to push with Broadway on board 2 and a diamond comes on turn and our SPR is like 15 or 16, we're really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if our SPR is like less, it's like 1 or it's like 2 or 3, then perhaps we can continue to use a push strategy. It depends a lot on SPR and it depends a lot on your position.
Right.
Position is very important so you understand where other people are in their hand.
Right. Now, one of the things about the push strategy is, let's say somebody has pocket aces on board 1. They're not folding, right? It's very easy for their other 2 cards to be the 3-4 of diamonds,
Yeah.
the 3 jack of diamonds. And so, whereas you might be able to push them off their diamond draw alone, they just stick around because they've got board 1. Good. Or if they have 7-9 of spades on board 1 and 2 shitty diamonds, because they don't fold board 1, you can never fold out their diamonds off board 2. So that's just a thing to keep in mind going, no matter how big you bet, the guy may back into a monster or may back into a hand that beats you with his cards that were irrelevant, with the other cards that he wasn't even playing. Does that make sense to everybody?
It
Yeah.
does.
Okay,
Mhm.
good enough. So in this case, Rodney, so with that in mind, and it's not a trivial decision, it's not an easy one. Do you want to push as hard as you can to get people to fold because you have the nuts on one board and it's vulnerable to the diamonds? Or do you want to keep as many people in because you're probably only going to win board 2? And even then, only if there's diamonds, so you don't want to commit that much money. So you keep a lot of people in. So you're most likely to get, you're increasing the odds you're getting outdrawn. You're putting in less money yourself. But when you stay top on board 2, you at least, there's at least more money for you to split. Which is more important to you, Rodney, looking at this? And we realize you're figuring this out from first principles. So this is not an easy question.
Yeah, it seems like board 1 and 2 are actually, I guess they're competing. I guess in this scenario, it seems like they're competing against each other for what we would want to do.
Right. But let's look a
Seems
little
like
closer.
maybe kind of a unique situation, but I guess
Yep.
maybe I would be more fearful of my straight, somebody hitting the flush on my straight board 2.
Okay. So since you're afraid of that,
because I get that I have the flush draw on board 1, but it's only a jack high.
it's only jack high. You have one other thing on board 1, by the way. Let's not ignore the thing you have on board 1. You have 2 pair on board 1.
You have 2 pair and a flush out. You have a boat outs and flush outs.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Your flush might not be good. Your flush might be losing, but you've got 2 pair on board 1. That ain't nothing. And there's no straight and no flush available on board 1 yet. And no one has bet. And you have a 6, and you block 2 of the sets because you have 2 pair.
Okay, I guess maybe then let me think about this, because it seems to me like with all these combinations that everybody has in their hands, 2 pair, that's really not going to be good.
2 pair is rarely good by the river. It sometimes is. You're not in. If you didn't have a straight on the other board and you had 2 pair and somebody bets pot and somebody else raises or even calls, you probably just get out of there.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. This is all your side card hustle going on.
Okay.
So with that in mind,
Yeah.
which way?
Where are we?
Push or
What was the
pull?
question?
Are you trying to get everybody to, would you like everybody to fold now and therefore bet the maximum and also leave yourself open for building a giant pot that may fuck you when the diamond comes? Or do you want to keep it small, keep everybody in, as many people as possible? So you put in less money when you get fucked, but you maximize the chance of you getting fucked because all the diamonds, because you can't push out a diamond draw. You bet small
I
enough.
just want to go in between the two.
All right.
Is
I
that
will
possible?
point. I believe that you do not want to go in between the two. I believe
Okay.
I believe there's a war on take a stand.
Okay. Then I'm going to go small and keep everybody in.
All right. Good enough. I did the opposite. I'm not claiming it's right. I potted it. So let's see. In the general consensus out there, are you guys, is everybody else? Are we everybody
You-
else? Oh,
I think you have enough to pot.
What
Well,
position are we in?
we're
Yeah,
late.
it depends on your
We-
position.
We're late.
Okay, all right. I thought we were like middle. I was gonna say I kind of want to check still for middle position. Seems like
Yeah,
middle the way
if
you have
you're
it written.
like,
We're not button. We're probably, but looking at how it's written down, it looks like we're the cutoff.
So
Okay,
if
then
you're
what,
in
that's fine.
cutoff, this is a fine spot to try
Yeah,
to push.
I think if I was in middle position, I think I really want to check, and
Right.
I'd be okay with check raising a lot.
Yeah.
so when I think about in terms of bet sizing, so if I'm wanting to push people out, then I'm just betting the pot.
Yep.
I don't have to go like 2x pot or anything like
can't.
that.
You can't. It's
Can't.
pot limit.
It's pot limit. If you could bet max, there are a lot of hands where you would just go all in on the flop.
Yeah,
That would be
it
very
wouldn't
good
work as a
Oh,
game.
okay. All right.
It wouldn't be a good game.
Okay,
Larry,
with that. Okay, all right.
By the
With that
way,
in
the
mind,
mic's
then yeah, I
off.
like your
Turn it
strategy
back
better.
on.
Just bet the
Slide the
pot.
switch on the
Yeah.
back of the
I have a question for Larry and Scotty here. So I'm still working on these.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't understand them that well. I'm trying to figure them out more. Um,
Me
when
too.
you're, yeah, I mean, I think everybody is, but I wonder what you guys think. Is that so? Like in this spot, like say you're in this spot and you pot it for whatever reason from like middle position, and you're saying I'm gonna push here. Like I have the best hand on one board. I have a good hand on the other board, but I'm okay with just blasting everybody out because I feel like it's always
hmm
um I feel like it's always good to push if you can because you're never because you're I mean, especially when you only have one board locked down but you still have straws on the other board which so you can probably pull if you want but I'm thinking like when you pot it here and get called in 4 spots are you just going to completely adjust from there that I'm not trying to push anymore and it's like I'm just going to try and maximize
It's
and pull
it's gonna depend on the turn cards.
so let's say clean turns you're now just trying to pull.
Yeah,
Um,
you're not getting.
Like I don't plan to get 3 people to fold, so I'm just gonna try and keep everybody in and get the maximum for my one board that's locked down.
yeah, you can change your strategy if you don't think you can
Yeah.
fold.
Okay.
I would try. On these turn cards with our hand. I still your straight is obviously nuts, but it's
No, hey, Larry.
Oh,
It's
Rodney
also
hasn't
likely to
played
get
the turn yet.
quartered.
Rodney hasn't played the turn yet.
It's likely to get quartered too sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
you can't get quarter here.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering because I'm thinking like in this spot,
someone does.
if I potted from late position, you got called in three spots. I'm not gonna, and I get two clean turns. I'm not gonna try and play a push strategy anymore. I mean, I'm probably still gonna put a lot of money in on the turn, but I don't think I'm gonna push. I don't think it's gonna be a like by the river, especially if I'm sitting there with four players. I'm just trying to get everybody to call
But
because
this is
even
going
when
to this is going to be a really good point on this board um, as Rodney goes to the turn. So, so what I did was I potted it with my intent, Rodney, was I wanted to get a fold off of someone on board one. And if I didn't, I was okay because I had two pair. Um, and so if like the diamond draw calls me on board two, which I expect they do, can I, can I, by pushing, can I make my two pair on board one? Maybe get rid of a spade draw in here that might get there. Or I'm not going to get rid of ace eight, but what the turn and river are going to bring to them. So that was my intent. All right. Um, and so it goes check, check, check. I pot it and I get two calls. They're both out of position to me. Okay. So
Okay.
now we get the turn. Three of clubs on the bottom board, and three of clubs on board one, six of clubs on board two. So let's first look at how this affects our hand before we do anything. Oh, and the action to us is check, check. So now you're in the exact question Brian had. You got two players out there. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to add one more thing. When I said we that our strategies were push and pull, those were the general categories. There's one other general category: push, pull, and hold on for dear life.
yeah.
We haven't had a hold on for dear life hand yet, but those are your three strategies that you start with: push, pull, and hold on for dear life. So, what do you
Okay.
tell me
So,
what you think about that three of clubs and six of clubs coming off?
okay, the three of clubs did absolutely nothing for us. Didn't hurt us either.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
I don't think.
Every
And
hand that beat us is still every hand that beat us is still beating us,
yeah, and
and
didn't so it didn't improve our
gets us
equity at
pocket
all.
threes. Right.
And the six of clubs is the same thing. It didn't improve our equity or
Nope.
hurt us in any way. So
Nope. It hurt us. It hurt us because there's now a flush draw. It's a second flush draw for someone to back into on the river.
oh yes, yes,
So
absolutely. Yeah, I didn't see
yeah.
that.
So somebody else can have two clubs in their hand who was here with
Yeah.
Queen 10. They could just have two clubs, right?
Yep.
It also hurt
Oh,
us is it removed one of our boat outs off board one. So that's
that's
bad.
true. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Now, the other thing on board one that we want to consider is so the three came in. In Hold'em, that three is a total blank, right? Because the only thing it beats us that it brings in is pocket threes, right?
Mhm.
Because ace three, we still beat with our ace six. So we don't care about two pairs. In Hold'em, nobody has pocket threes because they folded pocket threes when we bet pot on an ace six eight board, right? Everybody folded pocket threes when you bet pot. In PLO, did everybody fold their pocket threes?
No, because the board two could still be in play for them, and they still have those cards in their hand, right?
Right. What if they had right, exactly. What if their hand was nine of spades, seven of spades, three? They don't fold it. What if their
Yeah.
hand was queen, queen, three? They don't fold it. Exactly.
So
So so there are never true blanks like that, but it's pretty blank. Right. So with that in mind, what would you like to do? Now that we've analyzed what the hand is, you got two opponents, they're out of position to you, and they both checked.
I think I would just check.
All right.
I
Tell
mean,
me why you want to check.
I don't know be the right thing to do, but how much time do you have to act? I mean, because I need about 45 minutes.
The rest of your life, because we're playing for now. But in the game, same as a Hold'em game. You can think as long as you want until someone calls the clock on you.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, no, I believe I would just check here.
Okay. Tell me why.
Because it seems like the safe thing to do to see what happens after the next card.
Okay. Somebody else who doesn't want to check, tell me what you want to do and why.
They have so much less equity now with one card to come for their draws that I would be really okay with piling in money now.
Okay.
I think we have the best hand on the first board. We sometimes have the best hand on the second board. Um, and we have a draw to get there, and I would be okay with both of them calling. but I
Okay.
wouldn't love it.
Right. So that's a reason to bet. Anybody have a different reason before we move on?
I don't know if that's a good reason
All
or
right.
not.
So here's my idea.
Made it
So
sound good, so.
so Rodney, you want to be safe. And what I claim is that checking is not the safest move overall. It's more dangerous because checking guarantees that all club draws stay in and all diamond draws stay in, no matter how shitty, no matter what else they have.
That's true.
They must stay in because you didn't make them leave. Now, if they've got a club draw if someone's got a club draw and someone else has a diamond draw, this is bad, you know, because almost half the cards in the deck you lose on board two, almost because two of them are out there, right? A lot of cards you lose if somebody has each of those. But when you put in money and each of them calls you, you are getting the best of that bet because around half the time they don't get their flush and you get and your money double and you get, if you put in $100 and each of them put in $100, you win $200. So your bet here is a good bet against their flush draws. Letting them get there for free is the worst thing you can do. The only thing it protects you from is that the size of the bet that they can make on the river is smaller because it's pot limit. So you keep the pot small so they can only bet pot. If you bet huge here and they both call you, now the pot will be huge when the flush comes in, and that will be very bad. Okay. So what I did was I potted it. I was still playing a push strategy. I said, I want to maximize the amount of money that the diamonds and clubs have to put in because I am ahead of both and I have more equity than both.
Mhm.
And if I can get board one to fold and get my ace six to stay the best hand, that's great.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Right. Now, my question to Brian and Larry on this
Makes
is,
complete sense, don't give them free cards.
yep,
You
yep,
I would charge them,
yep,
in regular no limit
right. So I
to
bet
get
pot,
cards.
and
Yeah,
then pot now is $500. And so
okay.
somebody's going to have to call $500 with a flush draw on one board and maybe very little on the other board. They might fold now. They might have called the 112 that I bet before, the 120, the 130, whatever it was. But
Mhm.
now it's $500. And if I can get the diamonds or the clubs to fold, I'm okay. And if I can get anything on board one that's going to beat me, I probably can't get a set of threes that's going to beat me. If I can get ace eight to fold with just two pair, that would be fabulous for me. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what happened was it went the first guy calls, the second guy folds.
Mm.
So, Brian, did you want to reverse your strategy on the turn when you said I was pushing, but now that I've got two people in, I want to move to a more of a pull strategy, not a check. I want them both to put money in. And here's what a pull strategy would be, Rodney. Here, betting about 200, 150, some number that they're gonna, same size, slightly bigger, that all of the draws will continue with, because that maximizes the number of people in. Um, and I keep them both in. Like, here I got $500 from one guy. If I had bet 300, and they both stayed in, I'd have 600 in there. So,
I'm
Brian, do you
kind
want
of
to change on this one? Larry, do you want to change on the turn?
I'm kind of in between. I think a push is still good.
Mhm.
It's just like the problem in these is I'm trying to play based off of like I know these people call too when I played them the two
Mhm.
times that I played them, I was like these people are
Right.
calling down way
Right.
too much. Like and I was like if I'm in the spot where I don't if they have anything going on on both of the if they have anything on one board and a draw on the other board, they're not folding. So
Right.
I was like, why? I guess you can look at it both ways. I would still probably say that it's probably better to just put max money in because then you maximize profit against the draws
Yeah.
on the yeah.
If
I don't
they're
know. I think it's if they're calling too much in the spot and you have the nuts on one board and sometimes the best hand on the other board. I think if you didn't have the best hand on the other board, you probably would have heard it by now. So
Yeah.
I think that you have the best hands on both boards a lot of the time here, and that's okay to pool then. But at the same time, there's so many draws that can come in that probably aren't folding because people don't fold when they have anything going on that you probably just maximize your value against the draws and go for it.
Yeah. Um, I'm not convinced I have the best hand on board one. Ace eight.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
yeah,
convinced I have the best hand, but I might. I might have the best hand on board one. And I do
yeah,
have
I
a
think
draw.
this.
I do have a draw. It's not to the nuts, but it's to something.
Well, that's the thing is, I think you have the best hand a decent portion of the time on
Yeah.
board one. Like, I don't think it's always, but I think you
Yeah.
definitely have the best hand on board two. You would have
Right.
heard if somebody had Jack Ace Jack,
Yep.
and you sometimes have the best board on board one, which makes it like you can push or pull then. And
Yeah.
I would say you probably want to push still. I mean, you're pushing, but you're also kind of maximizing your value against their draws because there's enough of them.
Larry, do you like a pot on the turn here?
So how many colors did we get?
Two.
So when we get 2 colors, that increases significantly our chances of getting quartered.
Mhm.
And getting we have we have significant equity on board one.
We really do.
Are we last to act?
Yep. We're last act.
We potted turn?
We did. Now we do. I mean, that's the question. Do you like potting turn?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
When I get two
what's the answer?
colors on flop, maybe it's a little bit of monsters under the bed, but I think we have to be concerned about getting quartered and
Okay. So do you want to check because you might get quartered and maximize your
uh
chance of losing, or do you want to bet something?
I've got some even equity to realize on board one. What's our SPR? Vaguely.
We are not. When we bet the river, um, when we potted it and we bet the river, our SPR is infinite, meaning that the pot on the
Okay,
river is not all in.
got it. Okay. Yeah, if I think I'm gonna check. If
Okay.
if we've got infinite SPR, I'm gonna check.
Okay. There we go. So I potted it, got one fold, got this. Here's what I believe. If you're going to bet the turn, you should be betting slightly more than half the pot. Because if you pot it and only get one caller, because when you bet less, you're trying to keep people in. So you want the total amount of money to go in to be more. If
Yeah, I
that's
see
what
the
you're trying
point.
to do. Otherwise, you want to check. And if you're playing for board, if you really think you need to pot control, which I don't think you do, then you check. If you're trying to do a pull strategy and you want to have the most money in with two other players, then your bet needs to be at least half the pot. Unless you have both boards so locked up that you want to keep everybody in for the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
part,
you've got a good point.
and we don't have both boards locked up at all. At all. We just have the first, we can easily lose board two and we don't mind we don't mind clubs folding or diamonds folding. All right. So I potted it, got the one caller. The river is the three of spades and the five of hearts, Rodney. So assuming that you took my line, because that's the only one we can go forward with,
Mhm.
and you potted it, you're against one opponent. There's $1,500 in the pot right now. What would you like to do on the river?
Um, I believe I would pot it again.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, we have the straight on board. I mean, we have the flush on board one and the straight on board two.
Yeah. And let's say he has a better flush on
Mhm.
board one. So the fuck what?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
just get our money back.
Board one is paired.
Yeah. Let's say he has a full house on board one. So the fuck what? We get our money back. The only thing that hurts us is if a guy's got a straight on board two and a flush or full house on board one that's better, a bigger flush on us. So now let's look how
Yeah.
possible that is. First of all, and that he plays it this way. He has the nuts on this board, and for him to have a full house here, he had to have had a set of aces, a set of sixes, or a set of eights.
I don't think you're getting quartered here ever.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting quartered. I mean, it's possible he could have ace jack of spades, but do you think a hand with ace jack of spades check called and then check called
It's just gonna, they're just gonna put so much money in with a hand like that that
Yeah,
you're not
we know
getting
it.
quartered
Yeah.
here.
So
And
with
even
that,
when they don't have ace jack of spades, they're probably gonna pile money in with because they're terrified of getting outdrawn.
yeah. So with that in mind, I love potting it here, Rodney. Absolutely. And by the way, if he jams over us, now we can't fold because there isn't that much more money in. So we bet 1500 plus. He calls and he shows ace jack and two other cards.
Hmm.
Wow, we are getting quartered,
No,
but
we're
we're
not.
not.
No, we're not. He is.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got quartered.
Yeah. And so on that $1,500 bet at the end, I won $750 on that bet because because I got that I got we split that money there.
So you
And then we
split on
split,
board
and then we,
two, and then you won
and
board
then we,
one,
and then
right?
so I got three-quarters of the whole pot. But on that river bet, the 1,500, he puts in 1,500, I put in 1,500, I take back my 1,500, and he gives me $750.
Yeah.
Then we get three-quarters of the rest of the pot. He lost money on this hand with the nuts. He
Nice.
lost money with ace jack.
It
All
gets
right, you're
interesting because
if you're
being
in his
quartered becomes
shoes,
less of an issue the more people are in the pot.
Yep, yep, yeah.
if
Getting
you're
quartered.
in his shoes here and you have nothing going on board one and you have the straight on board two, how much are you?
You hate life. You absolutely hate life.
I'm wondering if I call the river.
Maybe you
I think
do.
I probably call the turn, but I'm like, I'm probably just getting quartered here enough.
Well,
If
do
I have
I
nothing
go
on
out
board
with
one,
okay, let me give you this. Let me give you the following hand of mine. Let's say my hand is ace of spades, ace of hearts, uh, three of diamonds, five of diamonds. That's my hand.
what is it? Ace of spades,
Ace,
ace,
ace, three,
queen
five.
up.
Ace, 3, 5 with two diamonds. Okay.
Well,
And that's
you
right.
have,
So would I have potted? I've got a flush draw on board two, and I've got the nuts on board one, and it's vulnerable. It's the vulnerable
yeah,
one.
you're just gonna, I'd go crazy.
I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet. And then on the river, the board pairs, so I don't care about the flush here. I didn't get my flush here, but I'm still pushing. I don't know. Because remember, he loses overall, but is it better for him to lose the 750 at the end? No, it's actually because the pot is so big. Yeah, he might have to fold. But he didn't. And he didn't tank either. He just turned over his hand.
think I, would you pile here with ace, ace, three, five?
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a full house on one board. I can't lose. I
No, no,
blocked
no.
I blocked
From the flop all the way down.
ace 3 5. 3 5 of diamonds.
With three, five of diamonds, like if I had eight, you can't have the ace of diamonds. If
I
I
know.
had a better flush draw, I don't think I'm betting the flop. I think I'm checking the flop, and then I'm gonna go figure out on the turn what I want to do.
I'm
Once if
betting.
I get two clean turns, I think I'm probably gonna start to
Yeah,
get active then.
yeah. I'm piling. But anyway, this is what happened. And the note, here's one note here. I said straight and two pair. That's what I said. And somebody else had to point out that I had a flush on board one. I didn't see it.
What is a good? What do you guys think is a good thought process on like each street of this game? Like, I feel like I need something more clear and defined of like because I'm just gonna I know that I'm gonna check a lot from early position,
Yeah.
but I'm trying like otherwise I'm like in some of these spots I'm just like I don't even know what to think here.
Um,
I'm like
my answer is I'm figuring every hand out from first principles. I don't have I have to figure the whole game out from the beginning. Larry, how about you, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously PLO in and of itself is a volatile game where equities shift quite dramatically on each card. What's really important in this game, I think, is to understand what your position is, understand what your SPR is, and comprehend fully how equities change with each new card. Um, So yeah,
Let
it's
me-
a
Fourth.
the thought process really comes down to
Yes.
flying to MCI.
I feel like I
Thought
have to play this
process.
game entirely differently than I play Hold'em because Hold'em, I'm so much more worried about their range and the cards that they have. And in this game, I feel like I'm much more worried about what do I have and what
Yeah.
do my cards want to do.
Yeah, I mean it's very very hard to understand other people's ranges. So
Yeah. Because
I mean,
because they're playing two cards and then there are two other unknown cards that are unrelated that are
Right.
sitting hang out. The idea that how could he possibly have 3-3? Well, he has
look,
3-3 because he has queen because he has Jack 9-3-3. And it's
yeah,
double
Yeah, that's a good
and it's
example.
also a bomb pot. So he can have any four cards. All the
yeah, it's
cards that
not
he
like
sold, he
there's.
still has. So you can't range them that way.
Well, that's what I mean. It's just so different. Is I'm
It is.
just to focus so much on what my cards want to do, and not
Yep.
focus on what they wanted, what their cards are, and how I want to
Well, you're
exploit
never
them.
ever going to bluff this game.
No, no, you're
You're
just
going
either
to
pushing.
right. You're going to bluff. A push is a push can be bluffing one board, but you are never bluffing
No,
because you're never getting everyone. You can't be confident you're getting everyone to fold.
yeah,
You have
True.
42. You have 42 opponents. They're not all folding. Everything is multi-way. Heads up is multi-way in this game.
I mean
let's say this.
the fundamental exploit of this game is that people overvalue their hands, and so trying to get fold equity is
Hard.
Right.
not ideal. However, when we do have nut or near nut on one side, we do want to try to get folds.
Yeah.
I have a question. So when you're in a spot and you have one board that is the nuts, but like the vulnerable nuts,
Mhm.
and you have nothing going on the other board, and you're in early position, how would you want to go about playing that?
Well, we would check and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're gonna be like I'm gonna fold a lot of hands that are like if I had aces on ace six eight on the first board and nothing on the second board and it went really like it went pot and repot, I would be like I think I just want to fold. Like I don't think I want to be in here.
Yeah. Because your aces are so vulnerable and you have nothing on the second board.
Okay. So and then yeah, if I had aces and I have a flush draw on the second board. How like
Same here.
how much equity do you want? Like I feel like when you said 5-3 of diamonds, I'm like I feel like I want a better flush draw than that.
Not if you have
Like,
aces on the other board. If you have
okay.
aces on the other board, I mean, drawing to equity, good equity on both sides is great. And
Yeah.
on board one, you're
Obvious.
drawing to nutted equity. You're drawing to
Right. If
quads and a full house.
if you had Jack Deuce of spades and 10-6 of and 9-6 of diamonds on this board, and somebody pots it on the flop, you should fold because you're
Yeah.
drawing to non-nutted equity on both boards.
But you're drawing to nutted equity on one board when you have ace, ace, 5-3, so it's not as big of a deal, and you still have something to
Yeah,
back you up on the other
right.
board
You're
from
drawing to
when they're
nutted
playing.
equity, and you have the best hand at this moment. You have the nuts
Yeah.
at this moment, and you're drawing to nutted equity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I got myself into trouble the one time was just get calling a little too much with hands that are the nuts, but I know are very likely to get outdrawn. And I
There's
was like, I don't really want to be in this spot. I'm like, I kind of just want to fold because it's so likely that I get outdrawn.
Yeah, there is a situation in regular Omaha, not even just regular pot limit Omaha, where you flop a nut straight, it goes, somebody pots it and somebody repots it, and you should fold the nuts on the flop. That
Yeah.
exists. So yeah, it's a fucked up game. All right, next
True.
fucked up hand. So this was great. We took three quarters. This was great,
Okay.
and the dealer took 20 minutes to divide the pot. All right. I said, and I didn't see the flush. So this is the first clue that I'm too tired to play and I need to go to bed. And I saw that. I saw that already this is a problem. And I was wondering, do I, when I'm not playing my best, still have an edge over this table? I had decided the answer was yes. All right. Next one goes to that was Rodney was the last one. So after Rodney, it is Josh. After Josh, it will be Mike. After Mike, it will be Rob. Okay, here we go. So Josh, Jack 8-8-3. The boards are this. What would you like? And here's the action to you. It goes check, check to you. And there's only
It goes
there's
check,
5
check
players.
to me.
Check, check. Yeah, it's going to go. Let's see. And then it goes fold, fold, call. So there were 3 checks in front of you. So you are in the hijack gear. It's gone check, check, check to you. What would you like to do?
We're in the hijack. It's
We're in the
eight.
hijack.
How many players?
There are going to be a total of 6 players saw the flop.
I would just check, honestly.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. That's fair. Because
because yeah, we've got a set, but it's middle set,
Mhm.
and our draw is like we've got a gut shot, but it's not like there's no like redraw to the nuts,
right.
and there's a
Except
flush
our gut
draw.
shot is
So
pretty, yeah. Our gut shot can be the nuts. If the 7 comes, it's the nut straight. If the queen comes, it's the non-nut straight, second nuts. Right. So we have a draw to the nuts, a draw to the second nuts, and a set which could be at this
yeah,
point.
but there's a flush draw, so it's not.
Yeah. It's only 3
There's a flush
6
draw,
it's
so
only
it's not a
6.
great draw.
Yeah, it's only 6 clean outs. Okay. So you check it. That's a good reason. Okay. Anybody else not want to check here? Anybody want to play it differently?
You said you're in the hijack?
Yeah, I'm on the hijack.
Check.
Okay. Anybody else?
Can you go back to what were you saying on board 1? You said that
I've
you
got
have
8 jack.
open-ended straight draw also though, right?
Yep. I've got an open-ended straight draw. If a 7
And
comes
backdoor
in,
flush.
yeah, if a 7 comes in and it's not the 7 of hearts, then I have the nuts.
Yeah.
If the queen comes in, then I have the second nuts because I lose to Jack King,
Yeah.
right? But and it has so I have 3 outs to the nuts, 3 outs to the second nuts, and then 2 more outs to a straight, but it brings in a flush, and it's shit, right? And then I have a backdoor flush. That's what I have on the top board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I was
Right.
looking.
Anybody else want to check? Anybody want to not check this board?
Also known as bet.
Right. Anybody want to bet this board? Thank you. All right. Only me. So I potted it, and here are my reasons. You decide if they're valid or not. You don't have to play like me. On board 2, I have a set. I'm beaten by pocket 10s. There are 2 10s visible, so there's only one combo of pocket 10s.
True.
Okay. So I did that. And I have a draw on board 1 that can get there. So I don't mind. So if I pot it here and I get no callers, this is a win because I had to do something to beat a singleton ace. Somebody's got an ace out there, right? So that's a good thing if everybody folds. If I get repotted, I'm not happy, but I do have a draw, and I have what is probably the best hand on board 2. There's only one combo of 10-10 that beats me, but the guy has 4 cards, so there. So I don't hate it, and if I get multiple calls, I'm okay. So I potted it. With that in mind, of those of you who checked, do you hate the pot, or do you
No.
just think the check is better?
I like it. I don't hate I like it as a position. I would be okay with check raising in this spot. Probably. If we get one bet and it folds to you, I'd be more okay with check raising. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that
When you check
anymore.
raise and you get re-raised, it's all in, and then
Yeah, and you're fucked.
and you really got to fold.
I
It.
I don't know. I think you can bet here more with the 10 on board 1.
Yeah. I don't
I
I
think
don't love it
that's
without the 10 on
okay.
board. I don't
I
love
think
it.
without the 10 on board 1, don't bet here, especially from the hijack.
Yeah.
Just check.
Yeah.
With it, I think you're close. I think you're pretty
love it.
close. You have some way to improve on the other board.
Mhm.
And you technically, which I wouldn't really care as much, but you also have backdoor diamonds on board
Right.
1 as well.
Right. So it goes like this. So I potted it. It went fold, fold, then a call, and before the other guy folds, there's a fold that's not written in here. Okay, so it goes fold, fold, call, fold. The guy who calls, he calls and he says, "I don't understand this game." I don't know what to do. I don't know what to
Yeah,
do. I don't know
but
what to say. Okay.
okay, when they say something like that, that's like a hand weakening statement. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my hand's weak. So normally that means they're strong, right?
No, I believed him
No, he
100.
doesn't understand the game.
I don't understand the game. I don't understand pot limit. I don't understand this double board pot limit Omaha stuff. And I completely believed him by the way he played the rest of the game. He didn't understand Hold'em particularly well. He
Okay.
understood the rules.
I kind of thought it's like when they say, "Oh, I've got to go home soon," you know,
Yeah,
like,
no, this is no.
"Oh, I'm all in." You know?
Right. Yeah, didn't seem like that at all. I said,
Okay.
if you want, I will be honest and explain. And another guy was still in. And he says, well, there's another guy still in. I said, you're right. If he's still in, then I won't, unless he agrees. The other guy folds. And then I turn to him and I say, do you want any help? And he says, yes. And I explained, without saying anything about my hand, I explained this about the game, which is 100% true. And it's possible that I should not have. And like this, what I said was, I said, when I pot it with this many players in, I am saying that I believe I have a very good chance of winning at least one of these boards. So,
I would just not do that, you know.
right.
I don't.
I said, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. There's a good reason not to do it, but I said, I'm saying this. So, looking at your hand, do you know the rules? Do you know the rules of this? And because
I mean,
people have
that's
been,
his problem, right? He sat down.
yeah,
It's his
I don't
money.
have to help him.
It's his decision. Like, if he doesn't know what he's doing, that's all. You
Mhm.
know, he decided that situation. So
Yep.
you know, you're there now. He can deal with it. I think.
Yep. So that's a good.
Ah,
So that's a good reason. Bye, Rob. Customer just came in to buy hay. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So that's a good reason not to. Um, I chose to be a
and
human being.
also they can get a read. I feel like the more I talk, the more they can get a read on like how strong or weak I'm feeling.
Right.
So I try
I
not to talk during the hand.
Those are good. Those are good
But
things. I will tell you one thing about myself, which is because I played no limit hold'em and I played limit hold'em against, in party situations for very little money against, friends who are trying it. I have a lot of experience teaching and, teaching at a home game and taught and playing to where I will say, this bet means this. I don't say anything about what my hand is, being very calm and doing it whether I'm bluffing or not. I feel very good that I'm not giving away any information and that I'm being 100% honest. So that's not a problem. But what I am giving away is I'm telling everyone at the table the level at which I understand this game. So if I say something that is obviously wrong, I'm showing them how limited my thought process is. If I say something that's right, I'm showing the other people who are good how good I am. And
no, but you don't want to educate. You don't
right,
want to. You don't want them to learn your thought process, right? I mean,
right,
why would you want that?
right. These are all right. These are all the reasons not to do it. There's only one reason to do it: to be a good human being to someone who is clearly over their head.
Oh, come on,
I
man.
think that's
No,
more important. Be a good human being.
no, that's what I'm saying. Is I had to make that decision there of which I was going to do. And I decided
I
that this guy was enough out of his depth that I wanted to be a good human being. Now, as it turns out,
No,
being
no,
a
no,
good
no.
human
We're here
being
to
helped
take
me.
their money, man. Take their
you're
money.
not
You know,
you're not good
I'm
enough at
sorry.
poker if a guy that doesn't understand the game can exploit you.
Yeah,
Like if a guy that doesn't understand how the game even works and you explain it to him gives him a way to exploit you, then you aren't good enough at the game.
right.
So I think
But
you should take the route of being nice to the person and doing the right thing and showing somebody what they're supposed to do. And I
I'll
don't
be
care
nice
because
to
I'm
them. I'm not
still
going to
gonna
teach
crush you.
them.
right,
I'm not gonna teach them how to play. Like I will teach you the rules of a game. I'm
yeah,
not
The
gonna teach
rules,
you.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm not gonna teach you how to play the game well. Like what somebody asked me that recently, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I just do random shit.
yeah.
And
So
like
let's move. Exactly. So you're not wrong, Josh. There is every reason to shut up here. There's only one poker reason to talk, and no one here has seen it yet. Um, and
this guy
the
doesn't know how to
it's
play the
not my
game, and he's
racing.
gonna keep playing the game.
Right. But
If you
also,
help him.
right. There's also the other thing here, which is so he's never going to exploit you, Brian. But are the other players who are almost as good as you or slightly better? Does this give them a better read on your knowledge? That is something you're giving out there. And I
Yes.
put this out there.
Yeah, but a better player is going to be able to tell right away how good you
Yes.
are at the
Right.
game. So it's
Right.
not like you're really losing that
Right.
much. Like I can, if I play with somebody decent, I can tell pretty quickly. I'm like, okay, this guy's not
Yeah.
bad. Like he's not a terrible player.
Right. Now, so we're going to move on here. Where did this go? Oh, somehow I got a start page there. No, that's all that happened. Okay. So in this particular case, I don't care if I give away a little more information about my play because I'm in Vegas and I never play in this game. So these are not longtime people who can build up anything about me. We're only playing double board Omaha occasion, once a half hour. So there aren't going to be that many hands for this to come up. The poker reason for telling him this is that because I'm doing a pushing bet with one board locked up and the other board I have nothing on. So I want him to fold. Now, did I do it because I wanted him to fold? No, I didn't. That was not. Did I just lose? Oh, I lost the hand.
So were you trying to be a good person? Were you trying to like angle
I
him
was
in some
being
way?
I was being a good person, but I realized
Which
that
one is it?
I was trying to be a good person, and I realized that being a good person also was to my advantage in this particular hand. That's what it was. I knew both things were true. So what happened was, because we've lost the board here, I explained it, I potted it. He folds and he shows me his hand. He shows that he has Jack with a Jack nine of spades. The board isn't up here, so he had a straight flush draw on one board. He calls a flop. The turn came a 10 on the board with a 10 on it already. So I now have the eights full on the board that he was going for, and there can't be a pocket tens now because they're gone. But I still only have a pair of eights on the other board. Yes, Josh, today is all pot limit Omaha. Double
How
board
many
pot limit
hands
Omaha.
do you
Oh, right.
have?
Right. So he folded, which he
Do you
should,
play?
and I helped him.
Do you,
Yeah, honestly, like I don't play this anymore. Like I used to play it, but
Yeah.
they don't play it in
There's
my casino.
Yep.
So,
So
they
we're
don't
gonna
play it?
yeah.
no.
That's shocking. I feel like everywhere
Well, they
plays
play
it now.
Omaha, but they don't play double board.
Right.
Like they don't do it at the bigger games. They don't do a dealer change double board
No,
PLO.
they do. They do these pot folds, which is so boring. But
All right.
Uh,
10, 10,
huh.
6, 7. We have 10, 10, 6, 7.
I
Right.
typed up 6 hold'em hands as well.
Next hand. Okay. Here's our next hand. This one is that was
Meh.
this one is Mike.
Oh, Mike gets to play double board. You do these all the time online, right, Mike?
No, no, I'm in Rodney's boat. I have no clue.
Right.
I've never played it.
Yeah.
Misery
When we've
loves
gone over them,
company,
like
eh?
Larry's brought some of these before, I kind of check out and
Mhm.
No
Yeah.
one
So
has a
today's the
clue.
day to check out. But you got to play this one. All right. So you are in the low jack.
Wow, what a flop.
You've got 10, 10, 6, 7. You flop
yeah,
10,
looks
9,
like
8,
we flop a
and
straight
ace jack 5.
and top set
Yeah.
as a I guess an option, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on board 2, looks like a gut shot down there.
Yep.
And just a pair of tens, I guess, is the only other thing there. All right.
What's your
So,
gut shot on? What's your gut shot on board 2? 7, 10. What's your gut shot?
oh, maybe I misread it.
Yeah. Ace jack 5.
I thought it was a 3 and a 5. No,
Right.
it's ace jack 5.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. So it's on us. I guess it just checks to us or something. And
Let's see what
how
happens.
many total players?
It goes check, check, check. We check. Okay, yeah, it checks to us. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 6 players here. I can't tell.
Okay. All right. This seems like a board to just check. I think I just want to check.
Yeah. Oh,
because our top set on board
We
1
did.
and our straight
1,
on
2, 3.
board 1 are just really vulnerable and probably kind of weak.
Exactly. It checked around. We did check. I agree. This is a check. Anybody want to bet this?
What position are you in?
Low jack.
Yeah, yeah, check, check, check. I thought you were saying check to you like on the button. I was
No,
gonna say
no,
I'm
no.
absolutely betting this on the button.
Right. No, no. This is we're in low jack. There's 3 more players to go,
Yep,
and
check.
we absolutely checked. We are checking. Yep. And it checks around. We get to this turn. 9 of spades on board 1. That's good.
Really?
Yes. We have a
You've tough
full house.
boat.
We're beaten by pot. We're
Oh,
beaten
yeah,
by
yeah.
pot
Okay, yep.
nuts. That's it. That's good.
Yeah, okay, good call. Because I was
Eight
still
of heart,
thinking straight.
8 of hearts on board 2. That's good.
Yeah, now you're
Yeah. Okay,
open-ended.
so now we're
All right.
open-ended down there,
We're open
right?
ended. All right.
Well, you're kind. What is it? It's not even. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. My bad.
All right. We're open ended.
And so it checks to us again.
Yeah.
Well, you have two straight draws on the board two, so you have 10-7.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so crazy playing this game.
Yeah.
Oh
If a
man.
4 comes, I have the nuts. And
All right.
if a 9 comes, I have the nuts. They're both to the nuts.
So, all right. So we have top boat.
No, it's not the nuts. I'm sorry. If a 9 comes, it's the second nuts. 10 queen beats
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But who has 10 queen? Motherfucker. Who has 10 queen?
Nobody.
There's still a 10 in the field. I
There's
wouldn't get
one
too
10.
cocky. I
There's
wouldn't get
one
too
10.
cocky.
That is a fucking blocker. That is a fucking blocker. And I'm not whispering it. I am crying it from the rooftops.
See,
All
this
right.
is the only game I actually care about blockers a lot in.
Yes.
Okay, it's
Okay.
actually
So
very important.
check to us. What do you want to do?
It sounds like one of those situations you were talking about earlier, where I think we pretty much have board 1 locked up unless somebody has quad 9s,
Yep.
which is not impossible, right? I mean,
Possible.
it went check around, and then you bet. Oh, we check. Everybody checked. So, and then board 2 is kind of the one where I think this is almost like that pull strategy, possibly.
Hmm.
You kind of want people to stay in.
The other thing I would have a question is, do we think somebody checked behind? Because you checked a set of nines later than your position.
Someone could have a set of 9s. Someone could still have a set of 9s there.
And
That
so we
I'm
have,
just
squads.
I'm
It's
just going
possible.
based off of how bad these people
We're gonna hear about
play.
it. We're gonna hear about it.
so we still have the entire table in the hand,
Yes. No one's folded yet.
which
2 people
which is
have
a
checked.
total of what, 7 people? Was it?
6. 6.
This I don't know if I mean we could go pot and still get multiple people to call here.
Yeah.
Whereas I was thinking if you kind of do a pull strategy where you just sort of bet smallish and try to get as many people to call as possible, but
Hmm.
Well,
maybe pot even
what
accomplishes
you
that.
yeah, I was about to say what you just said would be fine for a pool then.
Yeah.
As if multiple people call you, if you get called in tons of spots, you're playing pool. Then I feel like by the river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what I mean. Like, I guess I'm
Yeah,
trying to determine if we go pot, do we get fewer people in, or if we go like a smaller bet, we get more people in to maximize the size of the pot. But it almost seems like since everybody's in, going pot still probably gets a potential
oh,
like, multiple people in.
Only 100. Yeah, it's only 100. It's only 100 something bucks. It's not the
Yeah.
second. It's not the 300, $500,000 pots that you get on the turns and rivers normally.
So
I feel
I
like
guess we go pot here.
Yep, we
yeah, I
do.
feel like playing a push until you find out otherwise
Yeah.
is the best play here.
Yep. So we did. We go pot. Everybody folds. The last guy calls. Then we get the jack.
And which is the last guy on the button?
He's going to be if all is right. He would be out of position to us.
So he's
But
out of position. So we're in position. All right. And then
right,
we
but
get
this
this.
doesn't make. But yeah, we have. That's what this seems to say. But I was the one who bet first, so I'm going to guess he's in position to us. I don't know. My notes on double board are terrible because I make these notes afterwards. I don't fucking.
'Cause I feel like that's a pretty big deal. Like if you're in
Yeah, it
position
is.
here.
Okay. Let's say that we are out of position to the caller. Let's just say that.
Okay, so we're up and we get this jack
Yeah.
and we get the 8. All
Yeah.
right.
You're
So
definitely
there's
out
the
of
board over
position.
there. We have 0 happening on board 2.
Exactly.
And we are kind of pretty much assuming pretty confidently board one is ours. So that means we just pot it.
Right. We pot it. Damn right.
I guess you could have a strategy where you check and hope they bet, right?
Yeah, and then check raise them. Could do
Yeah.
that. But we pot it and he folds, and we're totally happy with that because we won board 2 with a pair of tens.
Right. Yeah, he could have folded a jack. He
Yeah.
could have.
We won
Yeah.
board with a pair of tens. Yay. All right. Up next is
Me.
you. Is it? Did we lose
I
Josh?
think so.
I think it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Josh left.
Rob. Yeah, Rob is gone. It is Brian. We're back on Brian. All right. Here we
Talking
go.
like an ass. Why did you write that?
Oh, that's my that's
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
if we have time I'll mention that I did that also.
oh. Okay. All
That
right.
was
Well,
my
so what
this
do
was in my notes from the night.
so we have pocket eight, 9, 5. We're open-ended, and then we have a gutter, two gutter. Well, we're open-ended. Yeah.
We're more
Okay.
than open-ended. There's a term in here that you don't know from Omaha. We
I
are
know what it is. It's
yeah,
what is it? What's it called again?
wrap. We have
Wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah, we have
it's
a
not a
wrap.
it's not a mega wrap, but it's a wrap because we get a straight with a 4, a 5, an 8, or a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
That's how open-ended we are. 4, 5,
Yeah,
and
we have a lot of straight outs. And then we have one board with a flush on it. What position are we in?
we are probably now we were in low jack before, so we're probably low jack -1.
I'm checking here all day.
Right,
Absolutely no reason to bet.
right. And what actually happened was before you had a chance to check, someone potted.
Oh, I kind of already would. Someone pots it. Yeah, fold. Fuck that. Or that's like an super EP pot. We're folding.
That's what I did. Um, you've got a gut shot on board 2, but
That's not drawing to the nuts,
the gut shot has to be a 7.
and it's paired.
And the board's already paired, and there's
And
already a
there's,
dead 7.
and there's a flush draw on board one.
And there's a flush draw on board 1. So of all those outs, they're not all clean. Of my 5, my 4, 5, 6, 7, my 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10, they're not clean. And I'm only playing for one board.
Yeah.
And I have to
Get,
get I folded.
can I get one that goes post flop or goes deeper than just fold on the flop?
We'll see. We'll see when it comes back around to you. Now this was the one, Larry, who's got the most experience in this double board stuff. Are you folding here?
I missed the action. What's the action?
Oh, Larry only plays the hands he's in. The action is it got potted to me. Several players to act behind me.
I don't think we have enough going on board 2.
Okay, good. Yeah, I folded. All right, next one. King 10, 6, 6. All right. We are now in early position for this. And this goes to Brian. Larry, this is yours.
Okay, so we're just usually going to auto check earlier position.
Okay.
And I don't see any. We've got middle set. We're player 1.
Yep, we're player 1. We've got middle set on board
Middle
2.
set, no flush draw.
Straight draw on board 1.
And we've got it to Broadway.
Backdoor flush draw.
And yeah, I think we check another position.
Okay, let me see what I did. I potted it.
Okay.
Because again,
That's all you ever do.
but also no, sometimes I check and fold. But
I'm just
also
kidding.
right, but also notice the same thing. We have middle set. Who's got queen queen? Who's got queen queen, motherfucker?
Yeah, I see your point.
That's the point. That's why
But-
I think it's valid, but I don't know that it's right. But I did
How
it.
many players are at the table?
Let's say 6, 7,
From
something like that.
from what I've seen about this, when you're in early position like this, and with a hand like middle set or even top set on a flush draw board, you don't want to be like bloating it yet. Like a lot of the time, you want to see clean turns to then start building pots.
Okay,
From what I've seen, I don't know.
that's
That's
awesome.
once again, that's what other people are saying that seem to
Yeah.
be good at them, but I don't really know because it seems like
Yep.
nobody actually knows.
Okay, that's a thing.
Their
Yeah,
their reasoning is just that you're just gonna get outdrawn so much. What do you have on the second board? You have King 10. You have a gutter.
it's a gutter would.
Uh,
It's a gutter.
yeah, I don't think they would do it. I think if you had a higher equity draw on
Right.
board one, I think they would be more willing to bet it or check raise. No, they wouldn't even check raise it. They would just say we want to check and we
Yeah.
can check call here and then navigate from there because they want to see clean turns.
Yep. Okay, that's a good thing. So with those two thoughts in mind, who's checking, who's betting, and if you're betting, how much? We know what I did. Larry's checking.
I'm checking.
Brian is checking. All right.
Mike, they have a bomb pot button. So like each dealer change the button move. When you do
Yeah.
one, the button moves, and then you play your hold 'em for 40 minutes, and then the dealer comes back and you do your down the button, and then it's a continuous thing. So the button's
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
once every 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So
okay. Yeah.
sitting out.
You can
So you
play
lose.
this hand, and I'll ask about this after this hand.
Right. And then Mike, which also means that if you sit out the bomb pots, you lose nothing at all. Because
Yeah, you
like
can.
let's say you had the button and you go, well, I'm just not going to play the bomb pot. Well, what do you mean? I don't get my button in Hold'em? You do.
The one thing with them is that how long they take though does significantly affect your hourly
It
and hold
does.
'em.
It
Like if
does.
you're not playing them, like it's worth getting good at them because one, how poorly everybody plays them,
Yes.
and two, you are losing a third of your time played in Hold'em, so your hourly goes down by like 33%.
Yeah. I think if you could play double board PLO bomb pots for every hand against the Hold'em population, not against the people who would choose that game, that it would be more profitable than playing Hold'em as an educated player, just by thinking
Oh
it
yeah.
through. I think that people are making so many mistakes that we're making fewer. I think it's the Wild West, like it's Hold'em what Hold'em was 20 years ago. Um,
Yeah.
but but if you
Even
go into a
Omaha
game,
isn't solved.
yeah, but if you go into a game right now, that is double board PLO bomb pot every hand, I think you'll be playing against some other people who want to play that game, and maybe it would have helped to study more than 20 minutes.
This is why I really want. There's a whole that round of each game I was telling you about, and I
Yeah,
was like, if I can play that against all of the donkeys that are playing that, like
yeah,
that should be a super profit. That's a 2-5 game, and I
yeah.
bet that 2-5
Okay.
game you can make close to $100 an hour playing if you're good at the double board.
All right, excellent. So nobody wants to bet here except for me, so I'm out on a ledge, and therefore, and the size is all the same for everybody because you all checked and I potted it, so that's what we have. All right, Larry, you potted this. Sorry,
Okay.
you potted it, and then you got two callers,
All right.
and the turn is the 9 and the deuce of spades. And that deuce of spades is good. We like that. We had nothing going on. Now we have two things going on.
Yeah.
The 9 isn't great, but it doesn't bring
No.
it to straight yet.
I would check
Okay. You check.
two callers. Check.
All right. Larry's checking.
You're gonna pot it.
I pot it, and the pot is for $640. I get one fold and one call. The guy who calls is short. He's got 100 something left.
Well, now there's nothing to do here.
Right. Now there's nothing to do. Um, the board, it comes 7 and 10, and he bets out.
So he bets $100
What?
into a pot
That's
of.
three. Yeah, he bets his last $250, whatever it is.
This is why they're profitable. This is so stupid.
Yeah, we just call.
Um,
You have no choice. He has 4-5 on this board, and we take the other board and we chop.
Okay.
So a nice profitable hand that played your way, by the way, just in this one case, we assume it would have gone checked around. The turn, he would have bet. And you would have done, what would you have done? Were you check raising or were you calling his? So if you didn't have a chance to pot it first, with his 4-5, he's obviously gonna. If you check, he's gonna bet his 4-5 on the turn when it gets there, right?
Yeah.
So he pots it or bets whatever he does. You're next to act. Are you gonna raise or are
On
you?
turn,
Yeah, on turn, or are you going to just call?
I'll call.
Yeah, you're not raising under any circumstances. So you
No,
just call,
don't know.
and with this action, you win a little less money because you don't get the one caller for that first pot. So you
Yeah,
lose half
yeah,
of,
well,
you win $60, $65 less than I did. That's all.
So he's calling you on the flop with a 4 and a gut shot,
With a four
or
five,
an open-ended,
do we
with a
know what his
pair of
other two cards
fours
were?
on board 2
Yeah, do we
and
know what his other two
open-ended.
cards? But we
Oh no,
don't.
gutter.
I
Yeah,
didn't
gutter.
record what his other two cards were. What if he had four queen,
Oh,
two
I thought
guys?
you. I thought King Nine was accurate.
No, no.
Oh,
Here, no,
okay.
it's not. No, it's. If you look at my original notes, it's he shows 4-5 XX. I don't see what his XX are. I threw two
Oh,
cards out.
okay. I was about to say this is insanity if
No,
he's
it's
calling you with
insanity.
a gut shot and a bottom pair on
Right.
I
most
was trying to
moves.
figure out also, Brian, I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, these are XX. I didn't know how to record
Okay.
XX. Next time I'll record XX. All right, here we go. Good job, Larry. All right. Double word PLO bomb pot. It's fucking insane this night. King Jack 8-9. This is Rodney. Suffer.
Okay, let's
King Jack 8-9, and the action is board is 2-6-9 and Queen 9-5, and it goes check, check, and a guy bets 50. Not us.
okay, so board one, it looks like we've got
And then I think it went call, and then it's back on us. So you checked, just so you know. So initially, so you're first to act. You're early on. You're first or second to act. So do you want to bet this?
um, board one I don't like.
Yep.
We have is just a pair of nines. We choose the 9 card.
Mhm.
And two. Now we do have the flush draw on board 2.
And what else do we have?
And the,
Mm.
Gut shot to the nuts, my friend.
yeah, the straight.
Yeah, to the nuts. And it's clean because if a club comes, we have the flush. It's not the ace high flush, but it's still a flush.
Yeah.
And we have a pair. We have a pair, a gut shot, and a draw to the nuts on one board, and on the other board, we have a pair.
So,
Interesting.
so obviously we pot it.
No, we checked. We checked.
Oh,
We
the
checked.
one time you
We
decide
checked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We checked this. We checked this, and it goes check, check behind 50. Someone else calls, and it's time for us. Do you want to call? You'll be the second caller in.
yeah,
I'm sorry, you're
we'll
the
call.
third caller in. 50. It goes call, call. You're the third caller in for $50 in a pot that's now the pot it was 150 to start with. So the pot is 300. You have to put in $50 with your draws on board 2. So it's only a half. So the pot will be $350, but you're not getting 7-1. You're getting 3.5-1 because
Yeah,
you're
I'm
only going to
calling.
win half the pot. So 3.5-1, a gut shot to the nuts, a flush draw to the second nuts, and a pair. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm calling.
Hell yeah. You're all over board 2. But if it was only one person, you might not, if you were the only caller, maybe you fold here. Because you're 50, if you're betting 50 in, if you're getting 2-1 for this, that's not great.
Yeah.
Not great, but 3.5-1, this is great.
Mhm.
Because he didn't pot it. He bet 50. He pulled. All right. Now you get a deuce. Who cares? And the most beautiful club in the deck.
Yeah, that's-
All right. and the better is behind you. So if the guy in front of you checks, what do you want to do? You're second to act. The better is one to your left, and everybody's called behind him.
I think probably checking and letting him bet again would be good. And then
Great.
check raising.
Yes, exactly. So he checks, you check, he bets, whoever gets called and traps in the middle, and then you spring the trap with board 2. Thereby pulling the maximum number of players. When you're going to only win half the pot, you want the pot to be as big as possible. If he bets, this is perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a pull, and this is a check raise pull. But before you get it, so the note is ready to check raise after the flop because the better who's in position to me, all of a sudden, seat 6, who's to our left, bets the pot, or he bets 365. Motherfucker. Now what do you want to do?
I think really not sure what I want to do. I guess how many people left to act after us now?
Let's see how many. 3 people saw the flop. So there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4 people saw the flop. 1 is to your left there. So there are 2 behind you. First guy bets. So it's you, and then there are 2 more players behind you. 4 players are in.
Okay, and then the guy before us bet pot 385.
Yeah.
So I guess we want to keep people in. If we bet pot, then
We want to keep people in.
drive people out, right?
Exactly.
Stay
Yes.
in.
Yep, we do.
So I guess just call.
Exactly. We have to call because we can't, because if the first guy is making the mistake on that he's betting a flush on board 2, it's got to be a queen high at best, which is crazy. If he's doing that, we're going to get his money anyway. He almost definitely has board 1. He and I are splitting the pot. We need to keep as many people in as possible. So we just call.
Okay.
I pull, so I call. The flop better calls. Yay. And the other guy folds. The river, I did not even record the cards. I wrote queen. The river is 2 blanks that do not affect anything to me. It doesn't pair the board. Nothing happens. And our initial better bets pot again. I'm not our initial better. Our first, the turn better bets pot. What do you want to do?
Well, is there any advantage in us just calling, assuming that we're going to just split the pot with him?
Yes, because there's a guy behind.
One
other guy. The initial,
it's not
right.
just between us 2 now. There's
Nope,
one
there's
other.
3 players in. The initial better is
I-
still there.
Oh yeah, then I still just want to call.
Exactly. We desperately want to call and get this guy to call because we're splitting his money. We want the money in there. He folds. We chop with pocket 2s.
Yeah.
Yep. We made a profit, and that's good. And that was the example of the pull. All right. After you that was Rodney. Josh is gone. Mike, suffer. Making sure that's
Yeah.
Josh is indeed gone. Yes. There we go.
Suffer it is.
Suffer. All right, here we go. This is still a good exercise, though, in even in Hold'em. This is a good exercise in hand reading and things from the basics. But we just have no population. We don't have any population tendencies to go off of. We're doing all of this from first principles. And
What's happening with 2 hands here?
I will tell you now. Oh, because I know what his hand is at the end.
Oh, okay.
We have 4,
So
5,
we're
7,
player
9.
1.
Yeah, don't look at player 2. We're going to see how he played and why. I just saw his hand. And if you, let's see. So this is 4579. Let me find that one here. Here we go, 4579. And we have 3 clubs in our hand.
Okay.
We have not discussed which hands we would have even played if this was regular Omaha, because we're never playing regular Omaha. But most of my hands were folds in regular Omaha. All right.
Okay.
So
All right. So we
457.
have, yeah, we actually have the nut straight on board 1.
Yes, we do.
Rips. And, uh, okay. So diamonds. All right. So, okay. And, okay. So action is,
Action is uh, we are very early and someone has checked. There's one check in front of us.
okay. Hmm. Interesting. This
Yeah.
could be a situation where, I mean, I don't know if this is a thing, but we could check raise if we wanted to. If
Hmm.
we check and then somebody bets behind us,
Yep.
maybe raising isn't what we want to do. But do we want to lead here or do we want to check? And my gut just says we want to, I don't know. I could get behind a check raise
Hmm.
because
Assuming
we would
somebody
love it if
bets
it went, somebody went pot and then somebody else went pot and then we could just go pot.
and
I
get it
think
all
we'd
in.
love that, right?
Yeah, we get it all in, giving the diamond draws 2 cards against us. I think we'd rather get it all in on the turn if we had the choice, seeing whether there's only we can leave only 1 diamond. That might be nice.
So I'm gonna take that line and I'm gonna check.
Okay,
But I certainly could see why betting would be the way to go.
right, Larry, you're checking here, I assume, because you're so early. All right, Larry's not there. Yeah, Brian thinks it's a poll. Yeah. So one of the things I observed in all of these was you notice in almost all of these, I'm the only one betting. I'm potting everything. And so I'm not so confident that I'm going to have a check raise here on the flop.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
think
that's an interesting observation. I noticed that too, that it
yeah,
didn't seem to ever kind of,
it was a better, there was one time it potted and we folded. And then there was the guy who bet 50 on the last one, with whatever the hell he had. So I don't love the idea of letting those diamonds fly around. Bye, Rodney. So I don't know. I know what I did. I
Trying to
potted
think
it.
it's not a pool. I don't think it's a pool.
Yeah, yeah, I potted it.
okay.
And this was a pot not where we're trying to get the other board to fold. We're not. We're just trying to get max value from everything that's out there, make it pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
We are
kind
not
of a pool.
confident. By the way, we're not confident that we're going to win board 2.
No.
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
no, for
there can be
sure.
king out there. There can be a better 7 out there. Those are a lot of hands,
Yeah.
but we don't
I,
have. But we have the nuts on board 1, and we have a lot on board 2. That's a lot, you
yeah, I
know.
was kind of, my philosophy was that board 2 is okay for us, but
Yeah,
it's not what we're playing.
yeah. So I was very unsure of what to do. I bet pot, and I put in the note at the time to charge the diamond draws? Question mark. Is that what I'm really trying to do? I don't know what I'm trying to do.
That's what I was talking about with that guy earlier. Is it seems like from EP, he's like, I don't care what the draws are. A lot of those hands are continuing either way.
Mhm.
So you're just giving, they have so much equity, but by the turn, it's just super diminished that you get to attack those
Yeah,
hands.
right. So I bet to charge the diamond draws, fold, 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 and then C3 called, and we know what his hand was. This X, this 4 here, I don't know what this 4 is a made up card.
Right.
So that's
You don't know what it is, obviously, till he
I
shows
don't know what it
down.
is till the river, but I'm telling you what he actually has is King Jack 10. I got to see it. I don't know what his other card was, and I don't know the suits. So these
So
are
you
made up.
pot, get one caller.
Get one caller. We get the Jack, which is clean. We get the 2 of diamonds, which is great because it's 1 fewer diamond to come on the river. What would you like to do?
Okay. And
Oh,
are
by
we
the
in
way,
position?
it says 2 of diamonds. We don't know that this is the 2 of diamonds. We only know it was a Jack. A card came. I wrote down 2 of diamonds.
Okay. Are we in position? Out of
Nope.
position?
Nope. He checks to us. Yes, we're in position. He checks to
Oh,
us.
okay. Well, then I'm absolutely potting.
Yep, absolutely. We pot. He calls. The river This is accurate. The jack pairs here.
That
So there's a
sucks.
full house possible on board one. And then the king pairs on the river there. And he,
Okay.
oh, this is the guy. Oh, he jams for his last 130. I apologize. The earlier hand where I said the guy jammed for his last 130, where it wasn't 130. It was a reasonable size. It was 2000 and we called it. I'm totally wrong. This bet here was much more dramatic in Larry's hand. This hand here, I remembered this wrong. So this hand here on the river when we were trying to keep the other guy in. No, not this one before. Doesn't
It's
matter.
not this one. No,
Doesn't matter.
it's that one.
Yeah, it's the this 4-5. He
Four
didn't have
five.
only 130 left. He bet 2000 on the river. And we called him with our we called him with our
Set.
set and blocking and the 10 blocker of that he rivered pocket tens. Yeah, this wasn't easy. Sorry, Larry. If this is the one where if the 4-5 he potted it. Let's see. This is you don't care. We played the hand as we played it.
Larry's not even listening. This isn't his hand. So
No, screw it.
We're done.
We're done. We're back. We're back here. Sorry about Mr. Confusion. We
So
are back on.
So this in my hand, the guy jams for a very small amount.
Yeah, jams for a very small amount. So you have no thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we just call and we chop with his.
He wins board 2. You win board 1.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Mike,
and look at
you
how far
only
ahead,
have
and look at how far ahead
trip
we were.
sevens.
Yeah, we have trip sevens. He has trip kings, but look at how far ahead we were, even with our trip sevens. We were going to get his last 130 for, we were going to get this whole pot. He got very
What are
lucky.
you saying?
King Jack
I
10.
have, yeah, so I have king, and then an attorney then has just a open-ended with a jack.
King Jack 10. Where's he open ended?
4, 3, 4, 5, 6,
The
10,
four is
4.
not real.
If the fours are, yeah, okay, never mind.
But also the 4 is not open ended. This is Omaha.
Oh, yeah, so he's not open.
Nothing.
Yeah, so he's got
Yeah.
nothing except
He's
for a
got
jack
nothing.
then by the
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, he played very badly. And he got lucky to get
No.
and we still profited. He played
They don't
great.
play bad. They
He
don't
played
play
great.
bad.
He played great. All right. So that hand was easy. All right. There we go. Next double board is this one. And I think we only have, this is the last one. Here we go. Last double board. All right. This is going to be very boring, and it goes to, after Mike is Rob, so it goes back, loops on to Brian. Brian gets.
Oh, am I going to get to do anything other than
No, you're
fold
never
on
gonna-
the flop?
You're never going to play slot.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go. Ace
All
King
right.
4.
Ace King 4-9.
Yep.
We have basically bottom pair on board 1 with a flush draw.
Yep.
And then on
your
board
first
2 we have top pair with basically nothing else going on. And on first act I'm checking.
Right. So you check. Good. Now a short stack bets 200, which is probably
That's 200 already?
Yeah. Yeah. Or does he only have? Yeah, he bets 200. How does he get 200 in there? Because maybe all 7 people are playing now. Well, all 8.
Well, how much did you put in to play these?
Put in $23 each. So if all 8 of us are playing, because Sophia left, that would be 160 plus. So it would be 176. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had to bet 180. This doesn't, but it says my notes say 200. I don't know why.
Okay.
There's 8 people at the table. 8 times 23 is 184. 24, yeah, is 184. I don't know how he bet 200.
Okay, so he bets
Obviously
200.
So he bets 180. He bets 180. 185. No, 190. That's what they let him bet. So he bets 190.
Question is, what happens? So does it
Then
fold then? Do you?
And then there's a caller. 190 and someone calls.
With the caller, I think I probably. probably want to fold more. It's just hard when you have like obviously top pair isn't great, but you have the hearts
You got the
on
hearts.
board one.
Yeah.
You have bottom pair. Um, think you could make a case for continuing here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I think you can, and I think on the turn is everything gets shut down very quickly if we don't improve. Like if
Yeah.
I don't improve on either board, I'm just out of this hand.
Yeah. And then you improved on both if you were there. I folded.
You folded?
I did
I
fold.
think
Yeah.
I don't hate a fold either. I think a fold is this the guy that bet. What position was he in? Was he early position too?
The guy who bet was, yes, he was the first. Yeah. We check according to, I don't know. I think so. I don't have the note. I don't know how early he was, but I think he was
Yeah,
because there's a
I
call
don't know.
behind him. Yeah.
I
The call
think
behind.
from early, maybe we just want to fold.
Yeah.
It's just hard. If we didn't have a pair on board two, I think it's an easy fold.
Right. And if we had the ace of hearts, king of spades,
Yeah.
I think it's an easy call.
Yes. Ace of hearts, king of spades. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's an easy call.
I
The
think it's a
turn,
fold. I like it.
right. So this king here, by the way, on the turn, I don't know. This is not a king. This is a mistake. This is just a
Uh,
card. I don't have I don't know why I put it in a king. I just put in a random card. Because what did happen as because I was also racking up. This is as I'm leaving the table. Um, so I saw that I got the ace king on board too, and I went, oh, that would have been nice to see because I would have stayed in with the ace king, and then I would have gotten the heart on this board, and I would have actually scooped.
the thing is with the board one, even if it was a king, I feel like I'm not really improving a ton there. So like if he's playing board one, he has a king beat most of the time there.
I have two pair.
So
That's
like,
I have two pair.
oh, you have
King
king four.
four.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, okay. So we have sometimes, yeah, we have king
Sometimes
four then.
yeah.
Sometimes it's good. I think on board two, that's the problem is I don't know how much we really improve on either board unless it's a heart on board one.
Board two brings in a straight, but gives us top two. We beat ace jack now. That's good. You know.
Yeah, the big pro I'm
But yeah,
still
yeah, we're not
concerned. Like
betting.
I think our best improvement is like I felt like improvement was more or less a heart on board one and board two. It's nice to pick up a king,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
like if a lot of money started going in and I didn't pick up
yeah,
a heart on board one and I had an ace king on board two, I'm folding, I think.
yeah. And then what actually happens on the turn when this happened was the shorty jammed on the turn for the rest of his money, and he got two calls. So
Mm,
we would have had to call. So we would have checked board two. He would have jammed. We had two callers. Do you want to call now? Ace king king. This and it's
no,
king. So you have one. You have
no.
a heart and you have ace king. Yeah, we might fold. We might be folding on the turn.
Yeah, you're calling if you're calling there, you're insane. That's a
Yeah.
pretty like I don't care if we win or not at showdown.
Yep.
I think that it's not a good call in
Yeah.
that spot.
Yeah. And I didn't record what the shorty was playing with it, but let's say that it was pocket queens, so we beat that with a flush here, and the ace king was good on board too. I
Yeah, and
just
let's say that on this, but in this spot, it's hard to play that. Like
Mhm.
when there's so many draws on both boards, it's
Yeah,
hard to play. Like it's hard to call down in that spot
yeah,
because you're like when you a lot of the time it's like your ace king can already be dominated,
yep.
and it's just yeah, it's just not a great. I wouldn't love it.
And that is the end of double board PLO bomb pots for the day, unless Larry has one. All right, there we go. So
You
that
scared
happened.
everyone off,
I
Scotty.
did. I did with double board PLO bomb pots. On
I just think
Friday,
they're
we
not
do,
very intimidating. I give people
they're
that.
fucked up. But yeah,
They make my head hurt when I'm.
they were, but they were interesting.
Yeah, they're interesting. They make my head hurt, and it's just hard because I'm trying to build out a way to think about every hand that's more like obviously it's so different, but it's like
Mhm.
there's got to be a better way to think about everything
I agree.
than just like I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm gonna do this because of this. It's like maybe I need to build something out that's better
Yeah.
than that.
But here's the thing you're not going to build it out on. You're not going to build it out on exploits. You're looking for
No,
you're looking just for an ABC strategy. You're looking for what we how we used to play poker. You're looking to play well for how we played Hold'em 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
yeah, kind of, but I'm more or less looking at like because there's certain spots where I think I want to have like a solid in this spot. I'm not betting these types of hands, and in this
Right.
spot, I will be betting these types of hands because it's like and I think that'll be good for because it's like I don't you can really own yourself in this game very
Right.
quickly by like a lot of the time today when you're potting from early position. I'm like, I understand when there's another 10 on the other board, it blocks the better set. It's just like from what I've seen a lot of the time, it's like we just don't want to be betting often from early position with strong but vulnerable hands. Like those
Correct.
hands just those hands would love to check call and then on the turn they like to now come out of the shell when the opponent's equity goes down significantly.
That's a really good point. Real good thing to know. And I do
And that's
not
the
know at all whether those blockers um,
It's
are
important.
with the other way. But what I do believe is without those blockers, those were
You
not
can't.
pot bets.
No, no, I understand. That's the only
Yeah.
reason I could get behind those bets
Yeah.
was the fact that you had like that's this is a game where I will consider blockers heavily.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's very important. There's so many cards out already
Yeah.
that when you can eliminate tons of cards, it makes it much better. You're obviously able to play significantly better.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's questionable. I think that checking a lot from early position is going to be something very good in this game with a lot of hands. Like even if I flop nut flush, I think from first position, I don't. If I have nothing going on the other board, I don't think I want to start blasting that pot away.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And from
The
what I've seen, a lot of the guys that are probably better than I am at the game, I mean, from what I'm looking at, they seem to be in a similar spot of like that you just don't want to be blowing this up right now. Like you want to wait until your opponent's equity is significantly reduced before you start blasting in these pots. Like you're with your hand that's strong and vulnerable, you're trying to get to the turn cheaply, then pile on turns and rivers when their hands now have much less equity against your hand.
yeah.
But who knows at this point?
And I won't be playing. I won't be playing another one for a while. Because I'm going to go back to my regular casino. I will be in Vegas every other week for the next 3 weeks or so, like that. So if I get a chance, I'm going back to this room to play in this game. Go to the
Are
poker,
you
play the 510.
are you wait you what casino do you play at normally?
Well, I play at Lucky Chances in California.
Yeah.
That's my casino, and that's the 3 5 10 game that I play all the time.
And they don't I'm shocked they don't run double board in that.
They have a PLO game, and I think that it alternates between double board and single board, like the dealer calls it or something. I don't know. And it's a 10-20 game. Or no, I'm sorry, it's a 5-10 game with a $20 straddle. So it's a 10-20 game. And I'm not looking to I'm not looking to play in that game.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying if there's a game that's super profitable, I'm okay with learning. So
Yeah.
like that's why I'm looking at this game a lot is like this is a game that's obviously very profitable if you can
Mhm.
get better at it. It's just
Yeah.
there's just not really any it's nobody knows what the hell they're doing. That's the problem. It's like
And it's all
I
the other thing I don't know how to do in this game is I don't know how to take notes. By the time I'm taking my notes, I don't know what their
dude,
hands were. I don't know the suits of the cards. I barely get
I'm
the
good at
notes down. I need to take a picture
I'm
of it.
dude, I'm good at that stuff and there's no chance of me being able to do this. Like I play that when I play Hold'em, I almost never take notes. I just remember what happened and I
Yeah.
remember the boards and hands and everything.
Yeah.
When I played this game, I was like, I have no fucking clue what just happened. I remember that I think I had these cards and I think they had these cards and I don't remember what this board was or that board. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask to take a picture of it if I can.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go. It's
So
gonna
weird.
be
Yep.
um yeah, that's
All right.
those are interesting though. If we can do more of that, I'm fine with it. I'm sure everybody else in the group doesn't really want to do more double board, but I don't
All
have
right.
a problem with looking at it.
So here, let's stop the recorder now, and then we'll decide whether we want to be done or we want to do something else. But this will be our little double board excitement.